I'm Chef Mark with Escafe Online. In this session today, we're preparing a meal in 30 minutes or less. I almost said 30 seconds or less, but you can't do it that fast. So it's 30 minutes or less. It's going to be a seared pork chop with a garlic cream sauce, steamed couscous, and sauteed zucchini with red pepper. You actually can achieve that in 30 minutes. So I just spent a few moments, probably about 8 minutes prepping. I had a pork chop out. I had some couscous out. I had veg stock already prepared. I have a zucchini and I have a red pepper. And I have garlic salt. So I had that already done. So maybe it's taken me about 8 minutes so far to get the mise en place ready. I have my pans on the stove. I also put my pans on the stove as well. I have a skillet for the pork chop, and then I have a larger skillet to cook my vegetables with some zucchini. Now I strip peeled it. I measured up a cup of couscous along with a cup of vegetable stock. All right, so that's great. The pork chop's room temperature, that kind of helps the cooking process as well. I have my veggies cut. I'm going to put them into a plate. So I preheated my skillet to cook my pork chop in, as I mentioned before. I had it room temperature. I'm going to sprinkle some garlic salt on it, because if I use garlic powder, it tends to burn. So some garlic salt on that. Just a few drops of oil in the skillet. It's an oven-proof skillet. I can put this into the oven. But if you don't have an oven-proof skillet at home, these little broiler pans are very handy to put things into the oven to bake off. For example, like this pork chop. So the pork chop, they Frenched the bone already. I bought it at the supermarket like that. So when you fry something, make sure you turn it away from you. Let that brown up a little bit. So that's looking good. Over here we have a cup of couscous. Also added some white pepper and salt. I added a teaspoon of butter. Now I'm going to add a cup of vegetable stock. It's a cup of couscous. A cup of vegetable stock is the ratio. You bring it to a boil and turn it off. So what's nice about this starch is that you can make this starch in 6 minutes or less. All right, so that's a good thing. So got the pork chop frying up. When it's brown, I'm going to turn it over and put it into the oven to free up some stove space. I'm also going to put 1.5 cups of milk into a saucepan. So if it came to a boil, I just take the couscous, move it off to the side. I put a cover on it. Cooks automatically. Cooks nice and easy by itself. I'm going to bring this 1.5 cups of milk to the front. I'm going to whisk in, I like to use this product, a Knorr product, garlic and herb sauce mix. And one just needs to whisk that and let that come to a boil. You can add a little olive oil or a dab of butter to this nice garlic herb sauce. When that simmers by itself, it's going to thicken by itself. It's browned up, looking nice. Let's put it into a 375-degree oven. Let's bring the veggies up to the front. Olive oil. The sauce. A little stir. And we'll let that sit at very low heat. That sauce is done. Now we have our veggies, the zucchini and the red pepper. They're going to saute up very nicely. All right, now our pork chop is done. Medium well, beautiful, brown on all sides. Sauteed our veggies. We cut them flat so they cook quicker. We did some julienne, red peppers, and some flat batonette zucchini. That sauce is ready. The couscous steams almost by itself. So we'll probably want to do first is put our couscous down. So it's really a nice grain. Of course, it's steamed wheat, and you can make it as moist or as dry as you like. Next, let's put our pork chop right here. We're going to put our veggies. on either side. This pork chop is pretty big, probably enough for 2 people, I'm thinking. Pork chops for 2. Then finally we'll put our garlic herb sauce on it as well. Well, here's a complete meal. You can do it under 30 minutes. Seared pork chop, sauteed veggies, couscous, and a nice garlic herb sauce. Enjoy.